Good morning, class. Yesterday when we ended the class, I told you that I'll explain the last point to you. The 42nd Amendment Act 1976 put certain restriction on the right to equality. A person cannot move the court if his right to equality is restricted to implement the directive principles of state policy. Now, first of all, let us understand what are directive principles of state policy. I'll give you in a nutshell, and in detail we will take it up in the third chapter. Now, the directive principles are the guidelines for the government to be followed in the governance of the country. In short, how the government is supposed to run the country or govern the nation. So, if your right to equality is a hindrance, or it is stopping one of the directive principles to be implemented, then you lose the right to equality. Now, up till now we saw articles 14 to 18 which deal with right to equality, that is equality before law. Article 15 prohibits discrimination, equality of opportunity, abolition of untouchability, abolition of titles. Now let us look at right to freedom, articles 19 to 22. Now the right is this particular right to freedom is a cluster of 6 essential freedoms given in article 19, mentioned in article 19, and their protection. Now let us see what are these 6 right to freedom. A. Under article 19, 6 basic freedoms are given to the citizens, that are freedom of speech and expression. You are free to express your views and opinions in writing or in speech, providing it does not harm the nation or any individual of the nation. Freedom to assemble peacefully without arms. See, you cannot, as a gathering, as an audience, you can assemble, practice your own religion, have discourses, attend lectures, whatever interests you, but it should be a peaceful gathering. Without arms, you will not use any kind of violence. Freedom to form associations and unions. You can form or be a part of any kind of organization. It can be a government, non-government, it can be religious, non-religious, and you can be part of any union. Unions, when we talk about unions, they are to do with the labor unions which are active in different factories or industrial nations. Now, freedom to move freely throughout India. You can move freely without any restrictions, without anybody hindering you to any part of India. Now, freedom to reside and settle in any part of India. You can purchase land in any part of India and nobody will have any kind of objection to this. Now, freedom to practice any profession, trade or business. Whatever your aptitude, your capabilities or your abilities are, according to that you can practice any profession, trade or business. Nobody else has the right to interfere in your business. Now let us see. There is no specific provision in our constitution guaranteeing the freedom of the press, because freedom of the press is included in the wider freedom of expression which is guaranteed by article 19. Now some of the western countries, they follow this adage, freedom of expression for the press, that they can print or write or air their views on any political situation or any issue affecting the governance of that particular nation. But the same rules which apply to the western press do not apply in India, because it is covered now. It is again a wider topic which we will take later on. So whatever their freedom of press is, it is guaranteed by article 19, that it should not harm any particular community or religion, people belonging to any particular community, religion, organization or group. And if so something is being said, then they need to have some solid evidence about it if there is something negative which is being said. You cannot just point fingers at anybody. The Constitution restricts the state from enacting laws which could curtail these freedoms. Now, restricts the state over here as a nation. We are not talking about the 28 states of India. We are talking about the state as a nation, the country. So, according to the Constitution, the guidelines provided in the Constitution, the nation cannot form laws or implement them which will curtail these 6 basic right to freedom of an individual. It does not mean that the state cannot make laws for the public good or for protection of interests of trade and provision. It does not mean that we are free, the Indian national or an Indian citizen is free to do anything that they choose. We also have to follow we also have certain duties towards our nation. We should not be harming the nation as such, okay, and not any individual also. For example, state can make the laws to prescribe certain minimum educational, technical or other qualifications for entry to a certain profession. It is fine also, because see, if you have not studied medicine and if you have not done proper studies, then you cannot go and perform surgery on anyone you choose. So such things make sense. Similarly, the right to reside and settle in any part of India cannot go against the laws of a particular territory where larger national interest is involved. Now let us see this in detail, how better to understand this way. Now see, if I went to some tribal area or a tribal community, I cannot force them through violence or any other means or bribe them to leave their domicile area or the place where they live. Okay, then I will be infringing on their rights. So that cannot be done. Now there is another exception over here. Exception has also been made in the case of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, where only bona fide residents of the state can engage in sale and purchase of land. Now see children, before 5th August 2019, Jammu and Kashmir was an independent state. It is not, though it was part of the Indian territory as such, but it had its own flag and had its own constitution. It had a special status, okay, but from 5th August 2019, Article 317 became ineffective. That is, it revoked the special status given to the state. So Jammu and Kashmir is now a union territory with an assembly and a governor. With an assembly, and it is part of the Indian state or Indian nation as such. Now see children, still please check up RERA, that is the Real Estate Regulation Act, that is 35A of the Indian Constitution, and see what does it say about the sale and purchase of any piece of land in the state of Jammu and Kashmir after Article 370 has been rendered ineffective. When I checked it up, there was a lot of grey area over there. There is no clarity on who all can buy. So maybe the panel as such is working on clearing the laws, whether the rest of the Indian nationals can buy any piece of land over there or not. So for this we will have to wait and see. But as of now, this book does not mention. It is an older edition. So just please remember this, that Article 370 of the Indian Constitution became ineffective on 5th August 2019, which revoked the special status given to Jammu and Kashmir. It is now a union territory with an assembly. It does not have a separate flag. All government buildings are supposed to fly the tricolor or the Indian national flag and abide by the Constitution of India. Now there are certain limitations to the right to freedom, which is contained in Articles 19 to 22. Let us quickly see what are these. Article 19 can be suspended during emergency. Emergency can be in warlike situations, or right now we are facing a pandemic. If situation becomes worse, then the government can bring in an emergency. Now, it is not absolute. The security of the state and national interest being of paramount interest, reasonable restrictions could be imposed on the implementation of this right. Again, the security of the state and national interest. In case of war or any internal threat to the democracy, in such a case, the right to freedom can be curtailed. Laws of Parliament, legislations like preventive detention, essential services maintenance, that is ESMA, a law to ensure the delivery of essential services like public transport, health services, etc., which, if obstructed, would affect the normal life of the people, impose certain restrictions on the right to freedom. The same kind of emergency, we are talking about the same kind of emergency that we are facing in the times of coronavirus. Now, the rest I'll take up in the next video. Right now, I want you to sit and revise the right to freedom, that is the A part and its limitation. Anything which is confusing, please note it down or rewind the video and see it later. I have already written so many things over here, and each and everything is important. Please be very careful when you study. You have to learn from in between the chapter. Thank you.